Good afternoon guys and welcome back. Thanks for tuning in again. Cows are just having their night feed. They've been on the feed pad. You can see the ones behind me on the chicory having a good munch. So something cool happened last night, which I wasn't expecting to happen quite so soon, but I hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. So I just want to give a big thanks to you guys for liking my videos, watching them and subscribing. Definitely couldn't have done it without you, obviously. But you see me in the videos and you don't really know who I am, so today I thought I'd just give you a bit of a brief rundown of who I am, the once a day farmer, and just also why I got into YouTube, I guess. I'm Andrew, I'm 29, I'll be 30 next month, and I live on the farm here with my wife Holly and two kids, Willie and Frankie. Willie's 2, Frankie's she's 5 months old. And I farm 320 Jersey cows with my father, who owns the farm, and I work for him. Why am I the once a day farmer? Well, that's pretty obvious. We only milk our cows once a day all season. I was born and raised on the farm here, same with my father. It's been in our family since 1912, and I'll be the 4th generation to farm it, which is pretty cool and means quite a bit to me. So we'll go back 10 years ago. When I left school, I went down to Christchurch to go to Lincoln University. I did a 3-year course where I came out with a diploma of farm management. It was only supposed to take 2 years, but it took me 3. But that's all good, I got there in the end. After going to uni, I wanted to try something a bit different. Dad was only milking 220 cows back then, so it was a pretty small farm. And I wanted to go and work on some of the bigger farms in New Zealand and see what they were like, work with different sorts of people. So I decided to go sheep and beef farming. And when I left university, I went and worked on a place in northern Southland called Arngol Station, and I was there for about 15 months as a junior shepherd, which was cool. It's about 45,000 stock unit sheep, beef and deer farm. There were 5 labour units there, and it was just so interesting. I love working with deer. It was something a bit different. I'll never probably do that again, so that was cool to tick that off. And once I left there, I moved up to the North Island again and came up to the just out of Taihape on the Namatea Station road to a place called Namatea Station. It's probably one of the bigger farms in the North Island. It's about 80,000 stock units comprising of 40,000 ewes, 2,000 breeding cattle, and they finished all their own progeny. So there's a fair bit to do in the summer when you're lambing about 60,000 lambs, 60,000 lambs. I always sort of knew that I'd come back to the farm, so that's why I wanted to go and try something different and in a different industry. And after doing 3 years of that, I wanted to go overseas and travel a bit. So I was going to go and do the harvest in Australia, but I never got around to that. Instead, I just worked. Oh, there's flies everywhere. I worked for the neighbour for the summer, and I was based agricultural contracting, so driving tractors, and I was based down in Turangi, south of Taupo, and I worked up the Western Bays. And I was planting crops for farmers, or sheep and beef farmers down there, and that was cool. And then I was watching YouTube one day, and I seen these big, I think they called them the 2,000 mile harvest in the state. I thought that's pretty awesome. I want to give that a go. So I found a couple of the bigger guys over there and emailed them. And anyway, I got my J2 visa in the end and flew over that April, I think, in 2015. And went and worked for Beckley Harvesting, which are based out of Kansas, northwest Kansas, right up by, not far from Nebraska. While I was there, he had 8 combines that year, so there were 2 groups of 4. And from Kansas we went down to Oklahoma, then up to across to Texas, then back to Kansas. And then we skipped Nebraska and went to South Dakota and North Dakota, so straight through the middle really. And then I spent the fall in South Dakota cutting sunflowers, and I think we did a few beans and something else maybe. So I did 8 months of that, and then after that I got my visa for the for the UK and went over and met my, who now is wife, Holly. She was living, or she travelled through Asia, and I went over there and met up with her again. And we lived just south of London for probably 6 months, I think it was. And I did a bit of tractor driving, she's a teacher. And then I wanted to do a bit of dairy farming while I was over there. So I found a job up in Northumberland, right up the top there, almost in Scotland. My grandfather's from up there, so it was quite cool to go up and meet some of his cousins. And I worked for a place called Doddington Dairy. Some of you UK people might know. They're pretty famous for their cheese and ice cream up that way. And so I worked there for about 6 months, and Holly did a bit of cheese and ice cream making too, which was cool, as well as a little bit of teaching. And during that time we bought a van. So after our 6 month stint in the winter up there, we jumped in the van and went around Europe for I think it was about 5 or 6 months. So we had a pretty good look overseas, and then we came back 3 years ago. So I came back and went to work driving trucks for my neighbour again, who owns the contracting business, and Holly started to go teaching. And that's when my neighbour sold, or my cousin I should say, sold his farm behind me. So we sat down with Dad, and Dad thought, or came up with the idea that if he bought half, it would enable him to milk another 100 cows. So that would bring our cow numbers to 320, and I could come home and work for him. And we both quite liked that idea, so that's what we did really. It was lucky it all worked out. It was a busy couple of years for me and Holly. We got married that summer, and then we had a baby on the way, and then another year later we had another baby, and we bought a house. So it certainly wasn't slowing us down much. So that's pretty much a good summary of our last 10 years, I guess, from when we left uni to back at the farm now. So this is my 3rd season on the farm, and I'm loving it. Me and Dad get along fine, which is good. Some father-sons or family members can't, but we do. So the YouTube avenue, I sort of got into it probably, really wanted to start doing it probably about a year ago, but I couldn't work myself up to sitting in front of a camera and putting myself out there. So it's taken me probably 8 or 9 months to get out there, buy a camera, and sit in front of it just like I am doing now, and then whack myself on the internet. Plus I didn't have any editing experience, so I've had to learn quite quickly, and hopefully they'll get better in the future. But the reason I sort of wanted to do it was that I've been following these guys like Tom Pemberton and the Sass Dutch Kid and 10th Generation Dairyman. Those are just 3 of the big ones. And I love seeing what they do. It's so awesome, but I just wanted to bring something new to the table and show off how we do things down here in New Zealand. We do run a unique sort of dairy system, how our cows are outside all the time, or all 365 days of the year, and we rotationally graze them on pasture for that time. So I'm not saying it's any better than them, I'm just saying we're different. That's pretty much why I wanted to get into it. When I started, I didn't know where I was going or where it was going to take me, but I'm absolutely rapt that it's I've just hit the 1,000 subscriber mark after sort of putting my first video out there about 3 months ago. It's a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. I thought it might take me somewhere in the ballpark of 6 months to a year to get to. But hopefully that means there's things to come, and my next goal is 5,000 subscribers. It's just a little goal that I have. And maybe by the end of the year I'd love to get 10,000. Maybe that's being really ambitious, but you never know what can happen. It's also so cool seeing where all you guys are watching from, you know. It blows my mind where you're watching in the world. I put this video up in little old New Zealand, and there's guys watching in the UK and Ireland, in the Nordic countries, Tasmania, Australia, that, you know, that's a little bit closer, but still South America, Canada, that's just to name a few, Singapore. It just blows me away, and it's so cool. So keep telling me where you're from. I'll try and get back to everyone in the comments. If you have questions, hit me up. I'm not afraid to let you know. It's no big secret what we're doing here. Our cows aren't doing massive production like I said, but this is just the way we farm. We're sort of, I guess we do it more for the lifestyle as well. We want to have that work-life balance. So that'll pretty much wrap it up for today, but thanks for watching again, and we'll see you next time.